What if I told you that keeping a journal is one of the most important things you can do as a Black woman writer? Your journal isn't just a notebook. It's a sanctuary, a mirror, a safe space for honing your craft. Today, I'm sharing how journaling transformed my own writing and how journaling was a key tool in my writing journey from newbie writer over 10 years ago to a paid online writer and author. I'll share how to use journaling to uncover your true voice, decolonize your creative lens, and build a powerful writing practice, whether you're writing fiction, nonfiction, memoir, poetry, or other. I'm also going to share some ideas around journaling that may totally change the way you think about the process if you've struggled with consistent journaling in the past. I'm Alicia, and this is episode 2 of the Published Sistas podcast. I share about Black women's creativity and self-liberation through self-reflection and writing. This is a big topic, and I'll probably have multiple videos about it because I have a lot to share. On my journey, there was a time when I struggled with speaking and writing about stories and topics that mattered most to me. I filtered my voice and lived in a world of comparison, taking on other people's voices. Journaling helped me to see that my true voice is rooted in my experiences and my values. No one else can tell my story or write from my perspective. That realization unlocked a confidence in my writing that I didn't know I had, and over time I dropped the mask and connected with my voice. In terms of journaling consistently, one thing that helped me was changing my thought process around the whole concept of journaling, and if you've struggled to consistently journal in the past, this will probably help you too. You need to shift from thinking that journaling is something you need to do, but maybe you don't want to something you want to do. For that shift to happen, I want you to expand your concept of journaling. Throughout this video, I'll share journal prompts that can help you, but you don't have to use a journal solely as a space to answer prompts. I write to journal prompts, but that's not all I do. I also give myself permission to write whatever I want. Use your journal in any way that feels best for you at the moment. There is no one best journaling format or formula. You can use journal prompts, but you can also do other things. For example, you can write lists such as 10 things I'm irritated about right now, or 3 habits I want to start ASAP and why, or write poems, short stories, random unintelligible notes that make absolutely no sense to anyone but you. You could draw shapes or draw your feelings, brain dump, write a rant about something or someone you can't stand. Pen love letters to someone or to yourself. Write jokes. Write detailed descriptions of a place you visited or a place you imagine. You can do any combination of these things or something else. The point is to give yourself permission to do what works and feels best for you. When you do this, it shifts from being a chore or something you need to do to something you want to do. You may spend a few minutes or however long you want to journaling. You set the time based on how you feel and what you need. All right, now let's get to part 1 of the concepts I promised you. Part 1, decolonizing your creative lens through journaling. Journaling is more than just keeping a notebook. It's a way to dismantle internalized oppressive thoughts that may be lingering in your mind without you even realizing it. These thoughts become a framework or a lens you see the world through. The problem with this is it can come through in your writing. And writing is one of the best ways you as a Black woman can define yourself, tap into the truth of who you are, and share stories that transcend the limiting box others try to put you in. A journal is a space to uncover internalized stereotypes. See them clearly and ferret them out of your mind so they don't influence you, your life, and your writing. For example, one journal prompt I use often is, what does it mean for me to write against the stereotype of the angry Black woman and the stereotype of the Black woman who has no control of herself and her emotions? And another journal prompt, what other harmful or degrading stereotypes about Black women have I encountered through the media or just in life in general, and how can my writing disrupt those stereotypes? By the way, I'll be sharing a bunch of writing prompts in the Black Women's Writing community. The link is in the description below. Journal prompts work because in the rush of our modern lives, we often don't take time to settle and get to the root of our thoughts and beliefs. Writing can be a clarifying process, sitting quietly, asking yourself reflective questions, and then allowing your mind to translate your thoughts into words for your journal helps you clarify and become aware of your deep thoughts. From there, you can dismantle them and start planting seeds which sprout into healthier beliefs. Writing is an expression of deep-held beliefs. If your beliefs are off, your writing will also be off. Part 2. Uncovering your voice through journaling. Per coach and author Bukola Ogunwale, your journal is like your best friend. You don't have to pretend with it. You can be honest and write exactly how you feel. Your journal is a safe space. Unless you want someone else to read its content, it's for your eyes only. Because of that, you can allow yourself to be free, unmasked, unfiltered. And the more you align with your unmasked self and write freely, the more you tap into your voice. Let's say you want to write and publish short stories, but you're feeling blocked in terms of connecting to your true voice. Use your journal. Write stories in your journal or parts of stories. An ending, for example, or a beginning, or create characters and describe them through their words and their actions in mini scenes. Do this repeatedly. You can do this for poetry or nonfiction or recall a personal experience if you want to write a memoir, for example. Start writing about your personal experiences, even if they're ones that you're not going to put in the memoir. But be totally unmasked with it because you know there's no pressure. There's nobody who will be judging this. You're writing in your journal. Unleash what's in your mind and your heart. This process, over time, helps unveil your voice. Part of writing with your true voice is feeling confident or at least quieting your self-doubt. You build this up through still, quiet practices like journaling because journaling is writing and it is the rawest form of written self-expression. Now, I have to add a caveat. I believe that journaling can help you to build your practice, hone your craft, and help you to connect with your true voice, but that doesn't mean that you aren't writing your book. It's very easy when you approach projects like book writing to think that you're not ready yet. A lot of times this is due to self-doubt. So I don't want you to think journaling is just another way for you to not be ready yet. Oh, I need to be writing in my journal for months and years before I can write my book. That may be, in an extreme case, that may be for you and only you know when you're ready to start writing. But writing in your journal can be something that you're doing alongside your book writing. Just the same way we're living our lives and we're writing in our journal and just using it as a tool to help with the process of writing. But don't let journal writing stop you from also writing your book. Do them alongside each other. Unless you feel that you're absolutely not ready yet to start your book. Of course, if that's the case, that's your decision. But if you feel that way, just make sure that you ask yourself, am I stopping myself because of fear or because I'm having self-doubt? Or do I really need to delay writing the book? Okay, I just had to share that. Part 3, building a sustainable writing practice. Journaling can help you get focused. There's a transition period between the busy mind and the focused mind. The focused mind is the mind that you're using when you're writing. I initiate this transition through free writing or stream of consciousness journaling. You can call it a brain dump. I set a timer for a few minutes and I write about anything that pops into my mind. This is free flow journaling and it's my transition process. I mentally step through a portal, leaving my busy mind and entering my creative sanctuary. And this helps me focus. Now, in terms of building and sustaining a writing practice, journaling helps you understand yourself and the environment and practices you need to write consistently. I have another video called 5 Writing Tips from Iconic Black Women Writers. In that video, I discussed the importance and impact of creating rituals, routines, and rhythm for your writing. Following on from that, you need to understand what helps or hurts your writing sessions. Journaling is perfect for that. After each writing session, I take a few minutes to log my writing in my tracker. You can do this on a computer, your phone, or a physical book, like the writer's journal. Then I take just a few minutes to journal write about my session. A few examples of what I ask myself. How did I feel while I was writing? Did I reach a state of flow? What was the environment, time, and length of the session? How did I sleep last night? You'd be surprised how much this can affect your sessions. Those are just a few examples, but I do this to understand what could be hurting or helping in my writing sessions. I'm looking for patterns. This is feedback for understanding myself and my needs. Sometimes I may have a writing session where I feel blocked, and the reason could be related to my environment, overstimulation, or lack of rest and sleep. You need to gather this information for yourself. Your journal can help you to store and track these key factors. Also, if I'm writing on a big writing project like a book or an essay or a client project, from time to time, I journal about the project. A few examples. How do I feel about what I'm writing? Am I getting to the root of the topic? Am I holding myself back in any way? What feels easiest to write? What feels hardest? Journaling helps you identify what supports your writing sessions. It helps you create a practice that's sustainable because you'll have an understanding of what you need to create and support your best writing sessions. We do a lot of running around nowadays, and journaling is one way to stop running away from yourself, to hear what you have to say, to express what you think, feel, and believe. This then feeds into the writing that you'll be doing for other people to read. From author, theorist, and professor Bell Hooks, no Black woman writer in this culture can write too much. Indeed, no woman writer can write too much. No woman has ever written enough. If this video spoke to you, hit like and subscribe. And if you know a Black woman writer who needs this encouragement and these tips, send this to her. Thanks for listening to episode 2 of the Published Sistas podcast. Keep writing.